Already.
Get out, Marcellus.
Don't tell him to get out. I'm just asking you.
Little short kid.
Premature baby. As I prefer.
Okay. Sit.
Okay,
Thank you.
so bounty hunter.
I don't want to have to have him kind of take his seat, don't get a demerit. I don't want to do that. So just come in and do what you need to do. The bell has rung.
Can I go to the bathroom, please?
No, not as soon as you come in. You could have went, dropped the bag,
No,
and
because
said,
you told
"It's
me.
back."
No.
No, but once you got at my door,
No.
don't tell me what nobody else said. I'm trying to say once you got to my door, it would have been okay. Just drop the bag and say, "Miss Matthews, I need to run to the bathroom." Okay, thank you. But don't come in pulling all this other stuff out. Got the rubber band in your hand even now. And around over by the window. That indicates you don't have to go to the bathroom in that bag. You came around in the room, you got the rubber band out, trying to show Dylan something. But because if you gotta use the bag, you're not gonna do any of that. You're gonna say, "Hey, I gotta drop my bag, I gotta go to the bathroom." Really quickly,
Front door.
really quickly, I just want to call out. Look at the front of that page. Example 2 for me, please. Example 2, look at the front. You see how we were converting fractions into decimals? And example 2 shows us how to do it with a division statement. Okay? So I just want to point out,
Well, that didn't go well as planned.
that's one way to do it with a division statement, okay? Example 2 on the guided practice
Bam.
shows us how to do it as a division statement, which some of you finding, actually it helps you, it's really easy. Your first step usually always ends up being 0. 25 cannot go into 7, the first step is 0, okay? So you wind up getting a 0 and then a point, a dot, and then you have to know that the next step is 25 into 7 because you're going to add a 0, right?
Duh.
Or you can take the 725, something that wasn't an example on your guided practice, and since we know the place values, this is what?
Put that.
No, tens.
I'll put on the
No, what I'm getting at now, Mr. Jeffries.
You don't know.
Place values is what? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands.
Ten.
This is 10, and this is what?
Hold on. Let me think. Yeah, 200.
100. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
25 can be a part of 100 before it can be part of 1,000. But
That's what I said.
this is tens and hundreds.
That's what I
You can
said.
put 100 here. Let me finish. This is another way you can find and solve for the decimal, converting the fraction to decimal. Okay? Let's make this a multiplication now. How do we make 25 100? 25 times what, Stacy and Dylan?
25 times 4.
25 times 4. Do you see that, Dylan? You don't have to do the division statement. You can have a multiplication, transfer it to a multiplication problem, okay? So 25 times 4 equals 100. And whatever we get in the denominator, we have to do the numerator. Absolutely. So 7 times 4 is going to be 28. Now, we was looking for a decimal representation. So what would we make this now?
Today, independent remix.
28.
Oh, I'm finna go to independent remix.
Huh?
I'm finna go to independent remix after I finish my thing.
0 point what?
28.
28.
21?
21.
Do you understand that that's another way you can do it?
Yeah.
And this answer is 28 too. Once you would have did working through it, this is 50. And then 20 is left over. We did 16. We did 4.
Bam.
And then we continue, but it's 0.28. Okay? Either way, whichever method you want to use, one might be easier for you depending on how you are. If you're good with working quotients and dividing, then use this method. If you're better with using multiplication And you see, this is tens, this is hundreds. Make 100 over here for another fraction, equivalent fraction. And we're gonna move from 25 to 100 by multiplying by 4. So whatever we do in the denominator, we have to do in numerator. So this gives you your answer too. You just gotta know that 28 becomes 0.28, okay?
What's gonna be the next one?
Because of the place values. Jamal, you remember this from Tuesday? This is another way to do it. You don't have to use the division, but division is the example that they gave you in the guided practice. The guided practice shows you to use the division method, okay? But another way to do it is to just set up a multiplication and an equivalent fraction, and then the numerator is the decimal. Is the conversion to the decimal, okay? Okay, let's just go on. Everyone seems to have, do you understand, Dylan? There's two ways to convert a fraction to a decimal.
We will trade.
Excuse me, he's giving me his attention. You give it to me too. What are the two ways, Dylan?
Divide.
Yes, you can divide or multiply, okay? So if I give you 9/10, what would it be?
I knew I gave love to a my house.
Right, like this.
Okay.
If I said 9/10, I want to convert it to a decimal.
I gave love to a my house.
Very good. So from the time you get 10 to
Nope.
come 100, 10 times what? 10 times 10.
9 times 10 is 90.
Bang.
9 times 10 is 9.
I
But if you're
love.
converting that to a decimal, you ain't make it what?
90.
I fell in love with my house.
See that?
Be quiet.
Not gonna make it 90. The decimal is not 90. Okay? That's a lot greater than this over here. Okay? You see that? Like when we had this at 725 and it became 2800. You understood why it was 0.28, right? So over here we don't have to have that down 0.95. Okay? You get it? Okay. So I was gonna give you a math frenzy. I want to give you one that's simplifying fractions. So I'm going to start this new adding and subtracting fractions. You know, you can put that, where's the envelope at?
I know he is.
If he's skipping,
He's not skipping, he just don't know we got it.
okay, Jamal, you were supposed to do that a minute ago. So get it done this time. Okay, go ahead, go to the bathroom, Stacy. Oh, wait a minute, let's read this together, then you can go. Dylan, read the top of us. Put your name on the paper, please, adding and subtracting fractions. Go ahead. With him. Read yours while he's reading. No. If I ask them to read, what are you doing then? Reading with him silently, that's what I mean. But I just heard you over there chattering. And I can't have chatter if he's reading. You gotta be eyes on your paper, reading with him silently. Because if I ask you to read next, he's gotta be
Come to the
silent.
main office for dismissal, immediate dismissal.
Each number is the number of equal parts that are beginning considered the least common denominator. LCD is the least common function. LCM
Okay.
is the denominator.
The denominator. Consider that the least common denominator is the least common multiple of the denominator. To add or subtract fractions, if the denominator is not the same, you need to rewrite it using the least common denominator. Add or subtract their numerators, write the sum or difference over the denominator. and then rewrite it in lowest terms if it can be reduced to lowest terms. So how many steps is it, Stacy? There's 4 steps there. Do you see that, Stacy?
Yes.
Example 1, it says to subtract 2/3 from 3/4, and rewrite it in lowest terms if it can be. So when you start looking at the multiples of 3/4, they give you a good example on how to start. Remember we were working on our multiplication facts? 3/4 minus 2/3. So they're saying come over here and work out the multiples of 3.
36, 9, 12.
15.
15 and what? 18. Let's stop right there. That's good enough. Give me the multiples of 4.
4, 8, 12.
What's next?
16, 20.
Okay. Now, what do we see in common? 12? No, 12. Okay, so we just found out the least common multiple is going to be what? 12. Thank you, Billy. D'Angelo, stop at the door, please, because you're already late. We have to come in and sit down. Voice out, please.
Sorry. Well, what are you doing, dummy?
Leave the room, Tariq, unless you gotta do some math with us. D'Angelo, come Okay, you come in with the voice off. Come in with the voice off. No, don't sit with him. You gotta face the board.
Sit right here.
Yes, Stacy, go need crap. Dylan, please turn around and face the board. There's no talking. D'Angelo, when we're late, we don't disrupt the rest of the class. Okay, then you
Davida
can give me a
Griffith
reason.
requests the office for dismissal. Davida Griffith.
What's the reason?
Dylan, this way. I don't wanna see your head.
I'm in love with
Mr. Pruitt was, okay, I'll talk to Mr. Pruitt. Let's come up. And there's no big deal. I just wanna say, you're coming in. Dylan, voice out. A person walking in late or tired does not give you an excuse to get off task. If you put yourself down as first in and you do not represent the class
No, you're not
teacher.
first in. I'm first in.
Okay, Jamal, don't interrupt me. Please sit down until I'm finished. Listen to what I'm saying. I know you were first in, but you never put your name on the board.
Because you said you
Let
were
me
gonna do
finish.
Father in love.
If somebody walks in here and wants to speak to me, you stay in class culture. That means your voice is off and you're polite and you're respectful. If somebody walks in as a student and they need to come in and take their seat, you're not chatting with them, you're not listening to them, you're staying in appropriate behavior. Responsible leadership, disciplining yourself and self-control. Because all I need is D'Angelo to do, I'm going to have Mr. Pruitt speak to you again, because you need to speak to him. He's on the computer. You're in here for math. No. Keep that voice off and be on math. I'm telling you already, it's inappropriate.
Hey, bro, just
And while I'm talking, you says to this gentleman in the back, hey, young fella. Like you're not listening. I want to be able to, no matter what time you come in, I want to be able to keep going. If you didn't say to me, Miss Matthews, I was late, Mr. Pruitt was talking to me, I'm sorry, Miss Matthews, I'm late. Mr. Pruitt detained me, he was talking to me, I said, fine, thank you, your folder is there. I give you the worksheet or whatever we're doing, and we can ready to continue, okay? So, D'Angelo, we're on the example guided practice, 3/4 minus 2/3, and we just found the multiple